Hi, I'm Scott Wrighton. I serve as Decatur City Manager, and every week you can tune in here or click this link for some more information about what's going on with your city government. It seems like there's too much negative news in the world these days, and it's Christmas time, for goodness sake, so let me focus on some positive things that you might not have been hearing a little bit about, but which are still very close to what's going on with the city of Decatur. At its last city council meeting, the mayor and city council endorsed a project that will bring many senior services together that currently are in different locations throughout the city of Decatur. For several years, the Macon County Health Department and the city of Decatur have subsidized a senior center over on 22nd Street, just north of the 22nd Street viaduct, that is ceasing operations. At the same time, the Park District was offering some senior services way out west at the old Scoville Golf Course Clubhouse, and Chelp and a few others were providing services in yet another location in Decatur. And so the idea was to bring all of these together in one location. The Park District has taken the lead with this, but has asked the city to reassign some of the money that we had been putting into the former senior center into this new one. And the City Council agreed to do that. I think it's a really good example of how multiple agencies can get together to create a better service environment, in this case for our seniors, in a location that offers better services, more numerous services. And in this particular case, the Park District also received a grant. The City of Decatur is going to be helping to subsidize the operations costs going forward. And you'll learn more about this as it's announced from the Park District, who is taking the lead. But the City Council's action really helped knit together this partnership in a way that is really going to add senior services to the City of Decatur. Another project like that is indicative of governing bodies working together has to do with a major sewer project the city is planning to do next year, or at least begin next year, along Fairview on the west side of the city and through portions of Fairview Park. Now, of course, Fairview Park is one of the big three parks that the Park District operates, and so we had to work closely with them to make sure that our construction of a major storm sewer through the park was not going to be too disruptive to park operations. We had really good negotiations with the Park District, and they announced to us that they had plans to replace a large playground area that's just sort of down the hill to the south from the large pavilion there at Fairview Park, and that's where the storm sewer needs to go. So we segmented our project to build that storm sewer underneath the playground area using a timetable that didn't disrupt the Park District. So they're going to take out the existing playground, which they had planned to replace it with a totally different one anyway. We put in this 900-foot sewer section, and then they can have that playground then operational again in 2024. And then when the city comes back and does the rest of the sewer project in the following year, then it won't be disruptive to those operations. The sewer project that the city is planning will separate storm sewers from sanitary sewers on the west side of the city. We need to do that to reduce excess flows to the sewer treatment plant operated by the Sanitary District of Decatur. And the other advantage that it will do is that it will reduce the number of basement backups that have happened with residents that are connected to combined sewers. By having separate sewer system for sanitary waste from storm sewer, then that usually eliminates or radically reduces the number of basement backups and what we call combined sewer overflows, where combined sewers are, during heavy rain events, are discharged into the creeks and streams around Decatur, and we need to eliminate that. The City of Decatur has been eliminating it through lots of different projects over the years. This is a particularly large project that will be somewhat disruptive when it happens there on the west side, because it'll be underneath sections of Route 48 Fairview, right where it goes underneath 36 and the Norfolk Southern tracks as well. So look for some more information about that. But what I wanted to point out most of all wasn't that there's another big sewer project coming. Those happen from time to time, but that we've worked closely with the Park District to make sure that the disruption to the park programs and to the Park District's facilities there on the east side of Fairview Park are minimized as much as possible. The last project I wanted to mention is one that the city's also been working on for several years. On the second floor of the public library on Franklin Street, about the half of the upper floor of the library, the old Sears building, has never been used by the library. And instead, the city has, over the last couple of years, put several other uses in it. We put our employee clinic in it, but more importantly, we put things like the Community Improvement Corporation of Decatur, Project READ, Think Well Makerspace, and we've moved the workforce solutions from downstairs at the library to the second floor. And we're going to have a sort of a ribbon cutting and a celebration of all of these things coming together in downtown Decatur on January 25th. Instead of accessing it from the east side, which is the main entrance into the library, you'll access it from the west side, right off of Franklin Street, 120 North Franklin Street. We think that the combination of these things is really fairly innovative because a lot of our major employers here in Decatur say that their biggest impediment to expansion, their biggest impediment to moving forward with some of their major plans is, do we have enough of a workforce to staff some of these new capital investments and new initiatives and new projects, new assemblies, new manufacturing that they want to do in Decatur? And we want to facilitate that. So with Workforce Solutions there to help with training, with CICD there to help with small business assistance, Project READ there to help with people who might need to brush up their skills on both math and reading, with a Think Well Makerspace designed to help entrepreneurs and people who might have new ideas for businesses, some of which then can lead into other training assistance to some of the existing businesses. We think that the synergy of all of these in the same place can really be helpful to realize the mayor and city council's objectives of improving workforce development for Decatur. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in to this week's edition, and I look forward to giving you some more information about the City of Decatur's initiatives next week.